Come on, dude. Now! Now! Hey, we're back at the top again today on the road to Pokemon Sword and Shield. It's now week 11, and 2 weeks ago, I explained how I thought that May, this month, would be the month that the news about Sword and Shield would begin. Well, this week, I wanted to go more in depth into this theory, and with the help of, well, you guessed it, PokeJungle, I can do that. Thanks as always, and once more, their link will be in the description below. But we can go ahead and get started into this, and there it is. I was gonna say, I don't know where it was, but this is what I'm talking about. I mentioned it last week, like I said, how it seems that every single May, since as far back as Platinum, at least in my recollection, that's where the news has began, whether or not the games were announced there, or the news started to trickle in. And that could be the same thing here, so let's get into it right here. News to expect in May. Pokemon Sword and Shield, what to expect in May. I don't know why I'm doing the two titles there, but looking to the past to predict the future. The modern pre-release news cycle of Pokemon started with a pair of Generation 6 games in X and Y. That's because they were the first titles to get the simultaneous worldwide release, and news was no longer coming solely from Japanese magazines and TV shows. Looking at how the information was released for X and Y, as well as Sun and Moon, can help us guess what news might be coming in May for Sword and Shield. Of course, this dates back, like I said, into Platinum. Platinum was revealed May 13th, 2008, I think, and then May 14th for Heart Gold and Soul Silver. Black and White was revealed in April, but the news didn't really come in until May 2010, and then the same thing, well, I said it before, but Black and White 2 are the ones that kind of go away from this pattern. Everything else, including X and Y, continue on into May. Back to X and Y, travel with me back to 2013. The games Pokemon X and Y had just been announced in January during a special Pokemon Direct that revealed many early details. Players were introduced to the Kalos region's starting Pokemon, the designs of the protagonists, some brief glimpses of the region, and finally, the two legendary Pokemon who would grace the game's covers. And this, of course, is the direct or the trailer for it, the one back in January. The next two big reveals were Sylveon, above, in February, and Mega Mewtwo Y in April. Both trailers were short and offered little beyond the featured Pokemon besides giving players a glimpse at older Pokemon with their new 3D models. Of course, we haven't really had that either. The games were revealed back in February, 2 months ago. So, it wasn't until 5 months after X and Y's initial reveal in May 2013 that players were shown several more of the region's new Pokemon and a full map of Kalos. The new Pokemon revealed were Fletchling, Helioptile, Pancham, and Gogoat. Something notable in the trailer was the inclusion of rideable Pokemon, something that was a novel at the time. And then we get to Pokemon Sun and Moon here, where, fast forward to 2016, of course, they didn't even cover Omega Ruby and Alpha Sapphire. That was revealed May 7th, 2014, and then it was just a constant news release cycle up until the game's release in November. And the same thing for even Ultra Sun and Moon. Of course, we're not there yet, because of course we see Pokemon Sun and Moon right here. Fast forward to 2016, Pokemon Sun and Moon were announced in February of that year. Unlike the last generation, GameFreak was much more tight-lipped about details when they were first revealed, akin to, once again, this year. Fans only got logos for the games and a promise that they would go on sale by the end of the year, along with a behind-the-scenes look at their development. And then we have the starters here. It wasn't until that May we got our first look at the protagonists, the starting Pokemon, and the game's main legendaries. This was almost opposite of the X and Y press strategy that front-loaded everything into the reveal. The following month brought information about the characters that we would encounter, the Alola region's name, further information about the legendary Pokemon, and the introduction of Rotom Dex. And now we get to Sword and Shield, of course. So where does that leave us now? Here's a list of what we haven't seen yet that was revealed in early information about the previous games. Legendary Pokemon, still don't have that. Feature gimmicks, rideable Pokemon, Rotom Dex, nothing right now. First look at the characters. Oh, not the main characters. Well, yeah, don't have that either. And hint about new mechanics like Mega Evolution and Z-Moves. Please don't let Z-Moves be another thing or add something new to that. I have expressed that opinion so much in this series alone. Don't keep me worrying about it, please. Those are very, very strong candidates for what we may see next. It is highly likely that the next big news will drop this May. What something interesting that the region was not initially revealed for X and Y or Sun and Moon, which adds somewhat of a different tone to the marketing of Sword and Shield. Additional new Pokemon were also later revealed in both games, save for Sylveon and Mega Mewtwo Y, which both expanded upon already established Pokemon, so it may not be surprising if we don't see many, if any, new Pokemon before June. And let me know what you, just like they say at the bottom here, let me know what you think is truly coming beside that massive logo for the Pokemon Sword there. Coming this month, if I had to make an opinion, I would say maybe the characters, maybe a few new Pokemon. I don't think we'd get the legendary... Why wouldn't we get the legendary Pokemon this early? Backtrack. I think we're going to get just the designs of the legendary Pokemon, not any details about their typings or anything, because they have to keep us hyped somehow, and at the same time, some new mechanic. Please not a 3rd edition to the battles. Please! Anyway, let me know what you think's coming this month down in the comment section below. If you did enjoy this stop on the road to Sword and Shield, don't forget to hit the like button to start the climb today, and subscribe to sit right down next to me, as I believe, and many others believe, that the hype train will begin this month, and it only starts here. Well, many other places, but in reference to this series. Anyway, with that though, I want to thank you for watching, and I'm going to catch you back at the top later on, because that's how we do what?